This video will share with you our exciting new approach to resumes. You won't find these ideas in any job hunting book. Yet based on what viewers tell us, you'll learn more about resumes than you have in years. More importantly, our approach could make your job search up to 10 times more effective. It's not easy to write a good resume, and none of us may like it, but when we look for a job, we're reduced to how we look on paper. And with record competition and a major job board claiming 100 million resumes on their site, nothing is more critical than having an outstanding resume. Put yourself in the employer's position, looking to fill a single position, but having to go through a stack of resumes that can often be a foot high. You can quickly see why your resume must be outstanding and able to instantly catch the reader's attention. Now, we write resumes for all levels of professionals worldwide. People come to us to write outstanding materials which open doors. Having written tens of thousands of resumes in recent years, we know what works and what doesn't. Let's start by reviewing our latest guidelines for writing outstanding resumes. There are 9 key principles we always follow, and you can use them to do an analysis of your own resume. We found that the first 6 will account for 50% of your resume's effectiveness, and the last 3, the other 50%. Now, our first 6 principles are remarkably different from just a few years ago, and they have an enormous impact on the response our resumes generate for our clients. So let's carefully review them. We make very clear where and how you'll contribute. We make your resume scanning ready, a must today. We use an exciting 20-second summary. We make sure your resume never reveals any liabilities. We sell your most transferable skills in a powerful way. We project a first-class image of distinction for you. From a quality standpoint, each resume we create must also be fast-paced and easy to read. We want to create the kind of first impression excitement you need to get an employer to immediately set it aside. What could following these principles mean to you? Let's listen to some comments from our clients. From a director of IT in California, I had used a historical resume before, but the minute my new resume got out, I started receiving calls. Your selling presentation was 10 times stronger. From a plant manager in the Southeast, my problem was my age and some of my titles. I had no idea how much damage my resume was doing and how dull it was. Obviously, your resumes were far more interesting and solved my age problem. From a VP sales in the Midwest, I had worked on my resume for months, but it was almost embarrassing the way your team was able to get across so easily all the skills I have to offer. From a CEO in the Pacific Northwest, I thought facts alone would be enough. Unfortunately, I wasted 6 months, but your materials were night and day compared to mine. Now, in addition to the one-page universal resume, we also provide each of our clients with 2 other very important resumes. The second resume we'll do for you is a quick response resume. The power is in its format, which lets you pen a personal note right on the resume. This gets your resume past gatekeepers. Listen to some comments from our clients. From a project manager in Texas, it happened so fast, I wrote a short note on my quick response resume and sent it to firms in my area. The response was hard to believe. From a brand manager in New York, your resumes were incredible. I was discouraged. Quite frankly, when I received the resumes you did, I felt like a drowning man who had been thrown a life preserver. The third resume we'll do for you is an electronic resume. We know that millions of people send resumes over the internet that don't look very good on the receiving end. So we also make sure you have a short, powerful selling presentation that looks great when you send it out electronically. Now, when you are equipped with resumes that follow our 6 key principles, and when you have all 3 resumes, universal, quick response, and electronic, we don't just make job hunting faster and easier. We provide a phenomenal advantage. often making the difference between disappointing results and a search that quickly ends in acceptance of a good offer. Now, we mentioned earlier that beyond our first 6 key rules, there are 3 other important factors that determine 50% of the success of our resumes. First, the style of the resumes we'll do for you will be both very interesting and compelling, and this is a major point. Now, you may need to ask yourself if your current resume provides an interesting and exciting message. Do others think it really does? Now, second, our resumes also meet the challenge of pre-selling you, which we'll explain in a moment. And third, in the internet era, our resumes will protect your reputation in future years when they can still be retrieved online. These 3 things are not easy to do. When we professionally write your resume, our goal is to develop a presentation that immediately puts you in the top 5% of others at your income level. Our writing is designed to jump out at the reader, excite them about your ability to help them solve their problems, and help with opportunities they have right now. Our goal is to make employers curious to know more about you. Now let's return to our second point, about having a resume that pre-sells you. When you walk into an interview, chances are your present resume will at most have you 10% pre-sold. However, with the right presentation, you can be up to 85% pre-sold. This makes an amazing difference and takes the pressure off you in interviews. Imagine having your interview start with, "I've read your resume and I've really been looking forward to meeting you." Is your current resume producing this type of comment? If not, you do not have a top 5% resume. Now, you may be wondering why you need to be careful with your words. Here's why. In our internet age, every Twitter, email, and resume you post to an employer or on a job board can be stored forever. What does this mean to you? Well, as tens of thousands have already learned, ill-advised facts, stories, and claims can come back to haunt you forever, causing worry throughout your career. In July 2010, Jeffrey Rosen, in a New York Times article, cited a Microsoft survey claiming 75% of U.S. recruiters and HR professionals examine everything they can find out about you from search engines, networking sites, photo and video sharing sites, blogs, Twitter comments, online gaming sites, and former resumes you have posted. Unfortunately, the internet never forgets, so there are no second chances here. You need to be careful about what you put out there. The risks are simply too high. Now, considering all we've discussed, take a moment and professionally grade your resume. What's your yes or no response to whether your resume meets our key principles? Keep track of how many yes answers you give and how many no. If you say your resume is a yes on only 6 out of the 8 key guidelines, it needs to be better. 1. Is it clear as to where and how you'll contribute? 2. Is your resume scanning ready? A must today. 3. Do you have an exciting 20-second summary? 4. Does your resume avoid revealing any liabilities? 5. Does it sell your most transferable skills in a powerful way? 6. Does it project a first-class image of distinction? 7. Is it written in a style that is interesting and compelling? 8. Does it really pre-sell you? So how many yes answers did you give? If you have a superior resume, you will have given 8 yes answers. Anything less means your resume isn't there yet. You already know that writing truly outstanding resumes takes time. Our writing is always backed up with an unconditional money-back guarantee of satisfaction. What's more, 99% of our clients worldwide tell us that our materials instantly lifted their job hunting potential, giving them a new level of hope and expectation. Our process is very fast, and it only takes 7 days before we have final materials in your hands. So if you're serious about finding the best new job, consider what 3 outstanding resumes could mean for you. materials that will give you a top 5% presentation. If you're like many people we work for, our resumes alone will mean your search can immediately be 1,000% more effective. We hope you found this discussion interesting. One of our staff members would be happy to provide a free professional analysis of your resume, show you some samples of resumes we've done for others, and also provide a review of your strategies and plans for your search. We hope you've enjoyed this discussion. With best wishes for your success.